This video is a replay of a trade I took today. Now, it probably goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. I am not a financial advisor, and trading entails risk. Just because I got these results today doesn't mean that I can get these every day, nor that you can. Remember, the entire premise of the investing project and the $1 million experiment is that I am not an expert, and yet I am learning how to do this. So for heaven's sake, don't just blindly copy me. Instead, find a mentor, someone who is an expert, and join their community. Pay for their mentorship. This approach has worked very well for me, and it likely will for you too. So use this video partly as education and partly as inspiration. After all, if I can learn this, you can too. So today was kind of a challenging day. I ended up recording this sort of in two parts because because the first part was me getting run over by a dump truck, and the second part was me somehow recovering and living to fight another day. So let's do the dump truck part first because it's always the most fun. And so that was there was a pretty substantial pullback to start the morning, and I was looking to buy the dip because that seems to be the thing that works, or at least has worked for the last several weeks. So I'll let this play here, but I was looking for the first green candle after this pullback, and I was looking at both the Russell here and the ES. So let's look at it and watch for this. Okay, so the very first green candle has appeared here on the Russell. So I put in a buy order at 28. What was it? 52.4. So let me put that in just like so. Good. That's where I was for the Russell. And then meanwhile, I was looking on the ES for a green candle, and I think we found it right around. It's coming up pretty quickly here. All right. So I put the buy order in right at the very top of this candle. So let's put it right down there at 74.13, and we'll let this go. Okay, so I'm in the ES and I'm in the M2K. Now, as we can see here, and the ES I actually dropped down. So this is one. So I added one of these. So I had I think 16 handles of risk, and we had. I left the 2K just the way it was, and so we'll let these play because it didn't take very long for them to stop me right out. Now this is a bit stupid because just a couple of days ago I had the same problem where I had this huge bar down and a little weeny tiny little insignificant pus-ridden stuttering little green bar to the upside, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea, let's get in and go along on that. Well, this is dumb. This is a huge elephant bar down and a tiny little thing, and I'm thinking that means reversal. You know, in retrospect, dummy. I wasn't thinking. So and it's one of the reasons why I like to play the 15-minute bars instead of the 5-minute bars. But it was FOMO. I didn't want to miss it, and so I got in there, and that just got run over. So I took the full $100 loss here, and I'm about to take $160, $170 loss here in a second as soon as it comes down and stops me out. Maybe $160 loss. It takes a minute. It toys with me a little bit before then blowing me out of the water. All right, so I'm out. So I've lost two trades, so $260, let's say, for being too early on this. And so I have a philosophy, a policy, I guess you can call it, where if I get stopped out in the 5-minute, then my next entry is going to have to be a 15-minute because I don't, obviously the 5-minute was faking me out. So the next thing I'm looking for is a 15-minute entry. And so we'll look for that, and in a moment or two, we'll find it on the ES. But let's just have a look. Actually, they're potentially there on both. So if we look at, just get to the, when did I actually get into this? 7:05. So let's just see here. I think I got in early on the ES if my timing is correct. I think what I did, I still had it in my head that that this was going to bounce. And so what I ended up doing was putting a buy order in. Oh no, you know what? I'm a little early. It was 7:19 I got in. I stand corrected. Let's just let this play a little bit. We got another 14 minutes. 706, 707, 708. Won't be that long as this thing is going back in high speed. So yeah, I'm waiting for these 15-minute candles here to close. And I believe they end up both closing green. All right. So here on the ES, I'm getting in at roughly 7408, if I remember correctly. Yes. Okay, there we are, 7408. And then this one I placed at, well, I can't remember where I placed it, but it would have been right above here. In any case, it didn't matter because this one didn't actually trigger. I'll come down a little closer. Let's let this go. And we'll, did I actually, I think of, yeah, there we are. So I am in on on the ES. Now partway through here, I realized this is not working, and I bailed on the ES. Now I never actually did get into the to the 2K. It never actually came above its 15 minutes, so it kept me out. This one did not keep me out. It got in, it poked its head up above, and then it promptly went and it reclaimed. It did a full 180, and it went all the way down here. And I said, I'm actually, if it reverses this whole thing in one candle, I'm just getting out. Now, and so that's what I did. I got out, I think it was at 15, yeah, at the full 15-point loss. So I'm out at this point. But what I should have done in retrospect is this could have been an opportunity for me to go short, because this is like a green bar ignored here. It's like a continuation. Now, I don't play continuations, which is one of the reasons I didn't go short. But in retrospect, this would have been a good opportunity to go short. In any case, I didn't do it. So what I ended up with in this first half of a travesty of a day was a full 15-point loss. So that's $150 plus the 160 or 170, call it 160. So $260 of loss plus the other 100 on the 5-minute entry here. So $360 of loss doing this little exercise, trying to get in too soon with bars that didn't make sense. I probably, now the thing that was kind of unforgivable was this stupid decision over here, getting in with this minuscule green bar on this huge red bar. There's no excuse for that. That was dumb. But these two, I mean, getting in on a green is still kind of, oops, I'm looking at the wrong thing. This is a more substantial green bar. So this one, yeah, you know what? It was an okay entry. It worked against me. So, okay. This one, I didn't get in, so it didn't actually let me in. So I could have reasonably taken this first one, sure, that full $160 loss, and this one for 150. So that 310, fair enough. The market just moved against me. Nothing I could do about that. That extra loss though was unnecessary. So, so there you go. That was no, I said 310, 160 and 150. Yeah, 310. Yeah. So that was unfortunate. But this extra 100, which actually would have been a total of 410, I guess, against, that was unnecessary, and I kind of deserved that as a bit of a black eye for taking that trade too early. So anyway, that's the first half. Spoiler alert, there is a second half in which there's a slightly happier ending, but you'll have to watch that video to see that one.